Hello, everybody. If you're listening outside across our campus, across the universe, that's us tonight. Either come on in to the sanctuary, which is where it's happening live, or you can listen at the TVs, or you can not listen at all. That happens too. Your choice. But what I wanted to do first off, before all of the festivities begin, is I wanted to welcome you all. So welcome to all of our members, our friends, to everybody that's here. Welcome. And this is, as you know, as we've been saying for a month now, it's our 70th anniversary celebration. I am so grateful that we are in a moment in which we can celebrate our roots and our future together. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge the people who organized this event. The planning committee, and the planning committee is chaired by Charlie Schultz. Also on the planning committee, Danny Hawkins, Andrea Dominguez, Jan Thompson, Shirley Davis, Ed Long, and Jack Welch. So that is the planning committee that put together this program and event tonight. And what I love about this group, people that I've been working with for the past couple of months, is that they truly represent our church. We've got some longtime members in that group and some newer members, and they all stepped up. There were young members, older members, working members, retired members, and everybody brought their talents, their humor, dedication, and care for the church especially to put together this amazing event tonight. We started out as a pledge drive committee, but in the process, we came to the view that we needed a time in which we celebrated each other, our history, and the way that we have come together in the recent years. We acknowledged that we have some hurdles. We had some hurdles to overcome in some past years. And, there'll be more hurdles in the future, to be sure. But for today, let's pause and enjoy this moment in our beloved community, right? Tomorrow, we'll begin our future together. And so this is the first day of our future. We'll envision the potentials that the future holds for us when we continue to work together and care together, okay? But tonight is for fun and for conversation and for community, okay? Yeah, yoo-hoo. I want to do one last thing, though, before we start, and that is I want to say a special thank you to Danny Hawkins, wherever he is. Wherever Danny Hawkins is, he worked continuously. He led the planning for tonight's event. He worked continuously to provide the best event that our budget constraints could provide. And I also want to mention Deborah Hawkins. She did not attend any committee meeting. We didn't see her at all, but she was a full partner to Danny on every step of the way. I know that she ran a large number of these errands. She was out there today blowing up balloons, and she was a partner to us just as much as any committee member. So a rousing hand for both of them, and then let's enjoy the evening. Great.
All righty. Am I on? Okay. We're using the handheld microphone today because we tried to use another microphone and all we got was feedback. Now, feedback is a nice thing to get from audiences, but not a good thing to get in audio. So we decided to use the handheld, and that means that I'll be talking, and then
I'll be talking.
And then I'll be talking.
And I'll be talking.
And we'll do it back and forth, okay? What we're going to do tonight is use something from Stephen Colbert. I don't know if you know Stephen Colbert. He was recently dismissed from his job with CBS, and that's ironic because my initials are CBS. And I used to, when I was on AOL many years ago, you might remember AOL, one of those old internet service providers. My handle was THSISCBS, which was a joke, of course, until I got an angry email from someone who was complaining about the way someone had interviewed their favorite person on CBS. And I thought, I think I should change my name. Okay, but not my initials. All right, here we go. This from Stephen Colbert. Have a seat, Linda. This from Stephen Colbert is a list of questions that he used to ask celebrities. And some of them are silly questions, and some of them are very serious questions. So brace yourself, all right? Are you ready, Linda?
Yes, except that it's pretty sad if I'm what passes as a celebrity, I have to tell you.
Oh, I don't know. You're a president, you know, and a board. What is it? Well, you're the board president.
I am?
Yeah. Well, there you go. That passes for a celebrity in this crowd, anyway.
I guess so.
Okay. My first question, actually, Stephen Colbert's first question is, what is your favorite sandwich?
I love me a great tuna fish sandwich with a little bit of curry in it and a bit of celery in it, some lettuce and tomato on top, got to be toasted sourdough bread, and somebody making it for me.
I think that's the best kind, yeah. I'm a standard grilled cheese guy, though I go for open-faced grilled cheese. And I do them in the broiler, you know, just put them on the top and burn them for about 4 minutes, and it comes out almost perfect. Okay, what is the one thing you own that you should really throw out?
Whoa!
That was low.
Oh!
Yes.
Some. Probably about 12 pair of pants that are 3 sizes too small.
Yeah, that's a classic. I know. I would throw out my Nehru jacket, I think. So this crowd is too young. Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. This is a good one. What is the scariest animal?
Humans.
Oh, okay. And here's a frivolous question. Apples or oranges?
Oranges, they're just so bright and round.
But nothing rhymes with oranges. I mean, oranges, poranges, you know, but that's not really...
Another advantage, they're unique.
Ah, they are, yes. Okay. Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
Okay, for the people who are real political geeks out there, when I was 7 years old, I went to the Detroit Flower Show with my mother and grandmother, and Governor Romney was there. Y'all remember Governor Romney? I had his autograph. Isn't that exciting? About as exciting as me being a celebrity.
Well, that is exciting. I worked one summer for an American Motors dealer when George Romney was the president of American Motors. And I thought that was thrilling, too. So, yeah, okay. All right. Has anyone ever given you their autograph? I mean, has anyone ever asked you for their autograph? No, I didn't say that right. Has anyone asked her for her autograph? Thank you very much.
Oh, several times, my kids' teachers.
Ah, yes. I remember those days. I was able to forge my dad's signature very well. He had a very loopy hand. His first name is Walter, so I would go, whoa, 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 like that, you know, and write it. And they would say, your father signed this. And I said, yes, he did. Yeah. Okay. This is a serious question. You brace yourself now. What do you think happens when we die?
Ashes to ashes, dust to stardust.
Oh, I see. Well, I just saw a thing on the internet that said that consciousness seems to linger after we're dead. Now, I'm not sure where it lingers, but this was the report anyway. So that's interesting. I've never thought about that because I don't plan to die. You know, I'm going to live forever. So
You're well preserved.
yes, I am for whatever I am. Do you have a favorite action movie?
I don't.
I'm crushed. I thought you would say, a Minecraft movie or something. Nothing like that.
But my brother, who lives in Ohio, called me up the other day and he said, Linda, I was thinking about something when we were kids. I was thinking, what was it that you named your pet alligator that you had there for a while? And I thought for a while and I said, Gorgo. And then I said, do you remember when we were both young, there was a movie out, monster movie, and the name of the movie was, the monster was Gorgo, right? And so it looked kind of like a cross between a T-Rex, I guess, and an alligator. And so when I got my alligator, I named it Gorgo. And I found out you can watch it. It's a 1961 movie, and you can watch it free. You're excited about that.
Oh, that's incredible. I like car chase movies, and one of my favorites is Ronin. I don't know if you know that. That Robert De Niro's in it, and a famous French actor, too. And there's a car chase in Arles, France. And I was there 2 years ago in the summer. Nancy and I were touring, and we were on a boat, and they stopped in Arles, and we got a tour of the places where, what's his name, who cut off his ear? Van Gogh, where Van Gogh painted, and a place where he lived. Actually, the place where he lived has been torn down, but they pointed to that spot on the ground where one of those deals. Anyway, I'm looking down this street by the old Roman stadium, and there's the street that they were using in the car chase. And I'm thinking, wow. That's as close as I got. Okay. All right, here's a frivolous one. Favorite smell?
Ed.
That's why she hasn't thrown him out, obviously. Yeah. What's your least favorite smell?
I don't think I could say in a sanctuary.
Okay, that's cool. Do you think exercise is worth it?
Worth what?
Well, I don't know. The question says, is exercise worth it?
It's worth it.
Someone asked me how I stayed thin. This is when I was thin. And I said, well, I do it by jumping to conclusions. Okay, dogs or cats?
Cat.
Cats, definitely. Another cat person. My wife had a dog. This was before we were married. She had a greyhound. And it used to dig holes in the backyard. It's one of those dogs, marvelous. And if you took it for a ride in the car, it would get so breathless, it would throw up. And I always thought, well, that's probably a good reason not to have a dog. Okay. What's the most used app on your phone?
Oh, the weather station.
Oh, that's interesting. Mine is the map, to find places. I finally learned.
I know where I'm going.
Ah, you know where you're going, yes. Well, I finally figured out how to use that. If you get one song to listen to for the rest of your life, what is it?
Boy, that is probably the hardest question that you asked me. And it probably, I would say, Here Comes the Sun.
Oh, okay. For mine, it's usually the last song we've been singing, rehearsing in choir, and it stays with me, from Tuesday to Sunday, and then on Sunday we sing it, and then it's with me for the rest of the week. Yeah. Okay, what number am I thinking of?
84.
No.
I don't play the lottery for that reason.
Well, I do. And usually I used to use my old address, the house that my parents bought just before I was born in Chicago. And I used that and a couple other numbers that were familiar to me. And I never won anything. So I decided I'm just going to take a chance and, buy the lottery ticket and let it choose the numbers. I still haven't won anything. So. Okay, the final question. We're almost out of time now. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
She will make good stardust.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Stephen Colbert, for doing such a wonderful job with these things. We'll see you in another 15, actually. Cool. Enjoy the party. Are we on? Oh, we're on. All right, this is our second round of interviews, and today we're interviewing Eric Ramirez, who is our music director. And I want to tell you what questions we're using. We're using questions that were designed by Stephen Colbert. And you may remember Stephen Colbert. He was fired from CBS recently. And I have a connection with CBS because my initials are CBS. I could tell you a story about that. But needless to say, we honor Stephen Colbert and his memory by asking these questions, okay? These are the ones he asks of celebrities and stars like Eric, for instance. Okay, Eric, what's the best sandwich?
It's either a Reuben on rye or just a simple grilled cheese.
Ah, a man after my own heart. I'm a grilled cheese guy. I do grilled cheese open face. I put them in the broiler, and after about 4 minutes, it's just wonderful mush, of cheese and bread and so on. That's cool. Okay, what's one thing you own that you really should throw out?
That I should throw out. Maybe I still have a collection of Pokemon cards.
Really? Oh. When I was a kid, I collected all-star cards, baseball cards. And I had a pretty good collection for 1954. I had almost, however many baseball players there were. I think there were 400 at the time, because the leagues hadn't expanded yet. And I had that collection, and my mother threw it out. Well, she did that when I was in college. She cleaned out the closet and so on, and she said, oh, these probably aren't important. They're old. Yes. Okay. All right. What is the scariest animal to you?
A shark? Anything in the water that I can't see.
Ooh, all right. Okay. And here's a frivolous question. Apples or oranges?
Kumquats.
Well, as we say, kumquat may, Okay. Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
Yeah, many people.
Do you collect autographs?
Not really. I mean, it's one thing if I run into, usually like after a performance, like if you go to a Broadway show or what have you, I have the privilege, I guess. My best friend is a studio musician, and so when she plays in certain things, she will say, come in 2 hours. I have a ticket for you. Okay, so we would go, and so you get to meet people in the pit. You get to meet whomever's doing the show, and so it would just be like, oh, I was really excited about this performance. Would you, sign the program for me?
Yeah. Well, I understand. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Has anyone ever come up to you and asked for your autograph?
So yes. I used to work for a theater company in Palm Springs, very small. It was a children's theater company, and so we would do shows, and many times we would do like where they would bus the kids in and do it, or it was a local show, and then they would ask us, we're still in costume and makeup and what have you, and they would ask us for our autographs, and I would always be like weirded out by it, because I'm like, I am no one in the middle of Palm Springs, but yes, I have signed autographs before.
Oh, cool. All right. I don't think I ever. Well, I take that back. Once I gave a presentation. I used to work for nonprofits and political candidates, and I wrote a political speech for this guy, and he couldn't make it, and so I did the speech for him. And people obviously knew I wasn't the candidate, but several people came up and asked for my autograph. I thought that was odd, so I signed his name. All right. What do you think happens when we die?
Nothing. You have to remember, I'm Seventh-day Adventist, so my belief system a little different. Ours is you sleep. Nothing happens.
Nothing at all. That's interesting. I saw a piece on the net the other day which said that our consciousness keeps going after we're dead. I don't know where it keeps going, of course, but that's the word. That should be very interesting. Okay, what's your favorite action movie?
It's my least favorite genre. Action movie. I really liked the Bourne series. It's because I really liked the graphic novel series before that and the series of books that were written. But yeah, it's my least favorite genre. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. No, I understand. I like the Bourne movies too, but I'm a big Jason, what's his name, fan there. Well, Jason Bourne, yeah, but his name isn't Jason Bourne.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, thank you very much. Do you recall when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck worked together the first time? Good Will Hunting. Yes, they wrote it, and they got an Oscar for Best Screenplay. And they were just kids, they were in their 20s at the time. Yeah, that was cool. Okay, what's your favorite smell?
Sandalwood, yes, but yay, the church knows me. Sandalwood, yes. I think sandalwood, yes. I'm a champion for sandalwood. Any of the wood smells, cedar, etc. My mother says that I always get excited, and my husband says he sees it in my face when I smell someone walk through the door that I haven't seen in a long time. So maybe that's my favorite smell. The smell of someone that I haven't smelled in a long time.
That's interesting. My previous interviewee said that her favorite smell was her husband. Okay. Well, I thought so. Okay, what's your least favorite smell?
Least favorite. The cats right after they've gone to the litter box.
Yes, I'm with you there. Okay. Is exercise worth it?
Always.
Good. I try to exercise every day. Sometimes I even jump to conclusions, which I think is a good way of doing it. Okay, dogs or cats?
So tough. So I am not a cat person, but I have 3 cats. So have I told you all the story of why I have cats? So the first one is because he followed me home the day after Christmas from the grocery store. He walked and came in. I had heard him days before. He had been stuck in a tree. I tried to get him. He was too scared. Little. He was very small, and he wouldn't let me get him. So a few days later, was Christmas. The day after I went grocery shopping a block away, I was walking home, and he followed me into the apartment and stayed. And then the second one, I was so mad at my neighbor, but she had been driving around for 2 days saying that she had heard a kitten. She had heard a cat, but she thought it was the radio. And so then finally she said, "Eric, will you come check the car?" And there was a kitten trapped behind the radiator. And so I had to I was so scared because she was so small, and had to take apart the bottom of the car because it has that covering. And I had to reach up and grab her, and I was so scared. She went limp, and I was like, "Oh, she died before I could get her," but no. Then I didn't want her, but Shane and my mother were like, "We're gonna keep her." I was like, "Okay." And then the third cat is New Mexican. He basically, when we moved here, he adopted us. A big orange bruiser, collects toys from the neighbors' yards. I am more of a dog person than a cat person, but I have 3 cats.
Okay, well, what's the most used app on your phone?
Probably the AP News app.
Oh, that's interesting. I do the map, map app. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is a difficult one because I know you're a musician. You get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it?
Just one. I think I've thought about this before, but I would probably say "The Lark" by Glinka.
How does that go?
It's way too high for me. I'll play it for you.
Okay. We're going to get a rendition of The Lark.
You can't sing it. It's a commercial. You can look up the rest, okay?
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. Okay, what number am I thinking of?
15.
No. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
It's either 4 or 6. Okay. It's either 4 or 6. Hold on. Happily traveling and always learning.
That's fine. Thank you very much. now? Now we're on. Very good. This is, for those of you who haven't seen these interviews before, this is a list of questions that was put together by Stephen Colbert. You maybe remember Stephen Colbert. He was fired by CBS recently. And boo, yes. And the reason I have an attachment to CBS is because those are my initials, CBS. My middle name is Brown, so it's Charlie Brown Scholes. You know, not a lot of people know that. Anyway, but I've often watched CBS, or I should say, I've often watched Colbert, and a lot of people put his clips on YouTube, and so it's great fun to simply, type in Stephen Colbert latest, and there it is. It's his intro, or it's a series of jokes he's telling, or something like that. Or you can see a censor in the background being, running up to gag him. It's interesting. I should mention that many years ago, when I was the first online, I was with AOL. You may remember AOL. It was one of the early internet service providers. And I joined them, I think, in either 91 or 92. And in those days, it was dial-up. If you remember dial-up, you get on your phone and go up, and you'd listen to boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, bop, boop, and then come. Anyway, my handle was THSISCBS. It's a joke, right? This is CBS. And I thought it was funny, and evidently several people did not. I got an angry email once from a woman who was very upset with the interview that she saw on CBS and wanted to talk to me about it. Needless to say, I didn't reply. There are some things you don't need to do. I've since changed my handle. Now it's Charles B. Scholes at Gmail. Yeah, that's a lot simpler, isn't it? Okay, our first question. This is Kelly Inger, by the way. Would you like to say hello, Kelly?
Good evening, church.
Well, this is rather primitive. I have to speak and then...
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, good. The first question is a serious one. What is your best sandwich?
Well, okay, let me see. Again, it would depend on the day of the week. I love a good turkey on everything bagel sandwich. It's delicious, with onions. I love onions. I also love a good triple cheddar cheese sandwich. So kind of depends on the weather, how I'm feeling, Gooey. Yeah. And then maybe sometimes you put the turkey and onions in the grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best combination I've heard so far, yes. I'm a classic grilled cheese guy. I just do the open face under the broiler.
Yes.
Yeah, and it takes 4 minutes and it's done. It's great. Okay. What's the one thing you own that you really should throw out?
Oh, man. Me personally or my husband who collects? Let's see. The one thing. It's on me. It's on me. I have 4 Christmas trees. The one thing I own that I really should throw out, gosh, you stumped me. See, I inherited a record collection, so that's awesome. You know what? We have a lot of old tents. There we go. We don't throw away our tents even when the zippers break or they get holes in them. And so we have a collection, decades worth of tents. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty tense, yeah, I would think. Okay, what is the scariest animal for you?
A sleepy toddler. Yeah. When I was about 11 or 12, I got chased through a neighborhood by a Rottweiler. And with as much as I love dogs, I've still never Yeah, I'm not. I don't have a good relationship with Rottweilers.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's the name, you know. Rot, yeah. Okay. Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Oranges. You know, I've always liked oranges, but nothing rhymes with oranges. You can say oranges, pornges, you know, but that's not funny. So, okay. Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
Oh, at Disneyland, I got Pluto's autograph and Snow White's autograph and Chip and Dale.
Oh, Chippendale, the strippers. Yeah, right. Well, I don't blame you. I'm sure that would be pretty exotic, you know, and exciting. But Pluto's autograph.
Yes.
Did you do that in honor of Clyde Tombaugh?
No, I was 6. But I did wear my Pluto T-shirt in honor. Yeah.
Very good. I once heard Clyde Tombaugh speak at a science auditorium when I was teaching at the University of Northern Iowa. And it was a thrill. It really was. And I had no idea that we would be here eventually. And the first time we came here, when Nancy was candidating, people took me to the Tombaugh window in the gallery, and they said, "Do you know who Clyde Tombaugh was?" And I said, "Of course, he discovered Pluto." And they went, "Oh, smart fellow." Okay. Okay. Did anyone ever ask you for your autograph?
No. Not that I can think of.
Oh, the peanut gallery. Okay. Well, what do you think happens when we die?
I think that our energy, and I'm a big fan of energy. I think we are all built of energy. I believe that our energy manifests back into the collected consciousness.
Okay. I spoke at my dad's funeral. I gave the eulogy, and I closed it by saying that I didn't believe in heaven, but I said my dad did, and I probably thought he was there. And people looked at me afterwards and said, do you really believe that? And I said, yes, my dad believed very strongly in heaven, and I think he probably made it. Okay. Your favorite action movie?
Oh, Wonder Woman.
Okay, the original or the 1985?
So original for me is the TV show. And I was young, and we had the big console TV in the living room, and I had my Wonder Woman underoos, and that was, so by default, Wonder Woman movies, yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite smell?
Oh, I was going to say my husband. Yeah. You know, interestingly enough, I actually really like the smell of gasoline. Oh. Yes.
Good for you. I do too. Yeah. And I mentioned that once. Someone asked me what my favorite smell was, and I said gasoline, and they went, gasoline? And I said, yeah, I used to, you know, when I was a mechanic, we'd wash parts in gasoline, and, you know, I like the smell. What can I say? All right, what's your least favorite smell?
I'm such a mom, my first thought went to a dirty diaper. You know, I am not a fan of the smell of fresh cut grass. I know lots of people are. I don't like it.
I went to a what do they call those people who deal with allergies? Allergist, I guess. You know, I went to an allergist, and she gave me all kinds of tests, and she said, this is here in New Mexico. She said, you're allergic to dust and grass. And I thought, well, I'm halfway in the wrong place, obviously. So I decided not to cut the lawn ever again. And we've replaced most of it. Okay, is exercise worth it?
Yes. I'm a big fan. I've been running track since I was about 10 years old through the Boys and Girls Club. I was in the Jesse Owens Track Club. Ran track all through high school. I do have a lung disease, so I can't really run anymore, but I've been going to the gym for decades, and in fact, I went on Friday, and I was really angry to be there. I really didn't want to be there. But I went, and then I felt better, and then my energy was lifted, and my dopamine was up. And so, yes, I think so.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Dogs or cats?
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Do you still have rabbits?
No, Kurt, there was actually a rabbit disease that hit New Mexico in the last couple of years, and so we lost all of our rabbits. But they are rabbits. They do multiply, so we'll try again in the spring. Yeah.
Right. Well, you recall what Noah said when the animals were leaving the ark. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply." And there were two snakes there who looked up at him and said, "But Noah, we're adders." What's the most used app on your phone?
Oh, it's called Bubble Pop. It's a game. You have to match the colors and that's what I do when I'm like in line at the bank or I'm waiting for my kids to get out of football practice. I have a very boring phone life. Most of the time I don't know where my phone is. So my mama just said true.
Okay. If you get one song to listen to for the rest of your life, what is it?
Something by Al Green. Love and Happiness for the good times. My husband and I walked down the aisle to one of his songs at our wedding. Yeah.
That's very nice. Wonderful. Okay, what number am I thinking of?
17.
No. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
Granny, friend, daughter, wife, mom.
Wow. Thank you very much. Let's give her a big round of applause. We'll see our next victim at 6:30.
Good evening. Welcome to our interview show. We're going to interview Reverend Ali today. You probably know Ali from his fighting days. He was a little taller then, but he's still a fighter, and he's still. I consider him probably the greatest fighter there ever was. Right next to Babe Ruth there, for whom that famous candy bar was named. Anyway, these are a series of questions that Stephen Colbert wrote, and he did them on his show when he had a celebrity or a famous star like we have tonight, visiting us, or in this case, he's now here three-quarter time, as he says, which is an interesting waltz kind of thing that he's doing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Anyway, this is a series of questions, and some of them are serious questions, so I want to brace yourself for those. And some of them are just plain silly, What can I say? So, Rev Ali, what's the best sandwich?
In the world or just to me? The best sandwich, I would say, I like a hoagie that you can only get hoagies in Philadelphia, Italian hoagie. Because the bread, the water makes the bread on an amoroso roll.
Fantastic. I don't know if you probably don't go this far back, but there used to be a comedian named Lenny Bruce.
Oh, yeah. I know Lenny Bruce. I don't know him.
Right, but you know of him, yes. Right, yes. No, he passed away some years ago. Lenny Bruce said that he was in Philadelphia once, and he wanted to buy, what did you call it, a hoagie? Right, yes. Mm-hmm. And he was from New York, where it was called a Dago. And so he said to the hoagie man, do you have one of Don's big Dagos? And the guy said, Don's Dagos, and he swacked him, And Bruce said, I didn't realize that they were called hoagies. In another place, they're called grinders. And, it depends. And subs, of course, yes, right. Yeah, I remember going to a sub store and thinking that it was underground, because I grew up in Chicago where we had a real subway, and there was nothing at all. Okay. Grinders are hot. Okay. All right. Here's a serious question now. What's one thing you own that you should really throw out?
Considering I just moved here, I don't think I own anything that I should really throw out by now. Let's see. I probably have too many shoes. There are probably some shoes. Actually, I'm thinking of a pair of Nikes I have right now that I probably haven't worn in a year and a half, and I moved them here with me. They could probably go.
Okay, that's good. Yes, I understand. Nancy and I moved probably 3 times in 4 years, and consequently, we got rid of a lot of stuff.
Yes,
yeah, it's a cleansing thing. Yeah. Okay, what is the scariest animal to you?
Oh, the scariest animal is the honey badger. The honey badger. Have you ever seen a honey badger? They take on anything. They are ruthless. They will not stop. They don't give up. They will shred you from limb to limb. They can take down big animals. Honey badgers are scary.
Wow. Honey badger. Such a nice name, too. Here, honey badger. Here.
You got to go watch one.
There we go.
Look up honey badgers.
Okay, here's a silly one. Apples or oranges?
Where are the oranges from?
Good question. Probably Texas. No, I would say south, south of the border.
Honey crisp apples.
Oh, okay. An apple guy. I love apples, too. One of the reasons I don't like oranges is nothing rhymes with oranges, That's it. Oranges, pornges, who cares? Okay. Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
I have not, because I am the ultimate fan person who can't remember their name and acts all silly. So, no, I have not. I just hide in a corner and look at them.
Ah, okay. I've never asked anyone for their autograph either, and I do the same thing. I admire people at a distance,
because I remember meeting a famous race driver once who said, "Do you want my autograph?" And I thought, "No." And he looked at me like, well, what are you doing here then? And I thought, well, I wanted to compliment you on your style. I mean, okay, duh, thank you. Okay, and here's a frivolous question. What do you think happens when we die?
Oh, that's a frivolous question. That's interesting. I just had a conversation with someone about what happens when we die. I will say that, I don't know if you know this, but I've had a death experience, so I can tell you what happened when I died. And I would also say that generally, I believe between science and religion, we don't know. I believe that if you were like, you have to tell me what happens, I would say that matter does not die. Like, it continues to recycle on and on. So I think that we transform when we die.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Favorite action movie?
Ooh. I love action movies, actually. I'm trying to think of favorite. That is really hard. I don't think I have a favorite. Oh yeah, that's an action movie, right? Oh, I love Black Panther. I love Black Panther. It's amazing that I don't have anything Black Panther here yet, but yes, all of the Black Panther movies, comics, and graphic.
Okay. Someone asked me that question some time ago, and I thought I like car chase movies. And so I thought of Ronin, and not many people remember that as a car chase movie. It's with Robert De Niro and a famous French actor whose name I can't remember now. But it takes place in France. What was his name? No, not the French Connection. Yes, there was a car chase in there too. No, then there are car chases in a lot of movies. But in Ronin, they were in Arles. And I've been to Arles. Nancy and I were there a couple years ago on a tour, and they took us around town and they showed us places where Van Gogh had lived or painted or whatever. In fact, the place that he lived in was gone, and they pointed to the spot, and we said, oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, okay. And then I looked down this street by the stadium, and it was a street they used in this car chase in Ronin. And then they go into the stadium. Yeah, it's an old Roman Colosseum, and so that movie resonates for me anyway. Okay, what's your favorite smell?
I really love amber. I love amber. My wife has started to wear tobacco lately, tobacco vanilla and things like that. I love that smell too. I like earthy smells that have a little tiny bit of sweet and maybe a little bit of citrus.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, least favorite smell?
Oh my gosh, there are so many. Sulfur, I guess. Sulfur. I don't like sulfur.
Sulfur, yeah. Kelly said that her favorite smell was gasoline, and people in the audience went, "What? Gasoline?" And I said, "Yes, gasoline." I'm a big fan of gasoline. I don't know I don't have an electric car. If I do, I'll probably smell sulfur, right? Yeah. There we go. Right. Okay. All right. Exercise, is it worth it?
I mean, science shows that it is.
But you're not necessarily into it.
No, I think that I exercise enough that if something's running behind me, I can outrun it. I exercise for survival.
Good idea. Especially honey badgers, yes. Okay, dogs or cats?
Yes.
All right, that's cool. I happen to be a cat person, as you can see from my shirt.
I'm allergic to cats, though.
You're allergic to cats?
But I really love them.
Oh. Do cats know this?
Well, I think the cats do know when you're allergic because they get extra friendly. So, yeah. They sit on you, they rub on you. Yeah.
Yes, they're interesting beasts. Okay, most used app on your phone.
Ooh. Let me see. Notes, probably notes. Yeah, because I'm always writing something down. So, and if I don't write it down, I won't remember it. So I probably have thousands of notes. Notes.
Oh, that's interesting. I still write notes on my pad, instead of writing on the phone.
Put them on the phone because it can go over to my MacBook, and then it can go over.
Ah, there we go. Yes, you
Then I watch.
and your watch, right? And so you can read your watch,
You can.
and say, "Oh, I'd forgotten all about that." Yeah. Okay. One song. You're only allowed one song to listen to for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like torture. One song for the rest of my life. Oh, I'm thinking one song for the rest of my life. I really hope that doesn't ever happen to me. Wow, the thought of that just blew my mind. Like, that would be awful. That would be so horrible. I'm just gonna name a song just because I don't even want to entertain this. I go with "What's Up" for Non-Blondes.
Okay. All right, here's a serious one. What number am I thinking of?
32.
No. Describe your life, the rest of your life, in 5 words.
Surely it will happen greatly.
Very nice. All right. And that winds up our interview.
Yeah, that was fun.
And so now you're supposed to say adios. Yes, closing words.
Here are the closing words. Well, it was quite an adventure being here with you all today. I want to thank everyone who conceptualized this, who worked so hard on it. If you're in the room, can you stand up and wave to people so they know who they have to thank? Yes, yes. I also want to thank all of the people who volunteered. I think that today it has shown us what we can do together if all of us just pitch in a little bit. And it was really beautiful to see. It was so nice to have such an intergenerational event. And I'm looking forward to the next one. What's the next one? We got to start planning. Like, this was good. I want to thank you, Charlie, because I've seen a couple of your interviews. You're good at this. You should be like the MC. Like, it would be great. And on a more serious note, here we are, 70 years into this great adventure that we call the Unitarian Universalist Church of Las Cruces. And I've been pondering since I realized you were 70 years in, what happens for the next 70 years? Wondering, like, what do you want it to be? What will it look like? Who will put in, and how will we make it the thing that we need? And especially in the environment that we're in now, we need this place more than ever. More people need to be here. The world is hurting, and this can be a bastion of healing and hope. And so we are at the precipice. We can choose to just do what we're doing and be where we are right now, or we can choose to invest in this congregation with our minds, with our hands, with our resources, with our hearts, and really grow this to the thing that we need it to be. I don't anticipate the next few years, just the next 5 years, being easy for any of us. So now's the time that we put everything into here. If you've ever read the book on tyranny, one thing that the author says is that you need to invest in the things that you believe in and the institutions that you believe in. So now it's time to invest in these institutions, because this is what will hold us in the times that we're in. So thank you all for coming. It's been great. Thank you for everything you've done to get us to 70 years. And I look forward to the next, let's see, I probably won't live another 70 years, Licks 30 at least. I look forward to it. 40 maybe. Thank you.
And as someone once said, that's all, folks.